A man found a piece of ghost clothing in his urinary stone. She noticed that fast rocks were shining in the distance. Curious men always come forward to check. After removing the killing soil from the stone with your hands, she immediately realized that this might be fast gold. Looking at her distant companion, because of the first number, in the end, I chose to call my companion to take charge. The companion came to observe from behind. She wasn't sure whether it was gold or not. To verify, she dragged out the pass-blocking lighter, because she knows that if she passes the exam, she will become black. It means this piece of gold is fake. However, after half a thought, Jean Z still hasn't thought about the change. It means that this is gold that cannot be more pure. The two of them were confused by the unexpected surprise. Then the two of them began to restore the iron gun, trying to dig out the entire block of gold. However, they spent most of the day digging. I haven't dug into the bottom of Jinquai yet. This is simply being careful. The two tried to break it out with their hands. I didn't think about sperm, but when C didn't understand it. So the latter two used the idea of having children to dig out their semen. The other part of giving birth is tying up a truck. Immediately afterwards, his companions shot the game. But the next second she gave birth to a child, she couldn't sell it, and the relationship was cut off. The two people who were not satisfied tried again. But Isha can't move this little spirit. The two helpless people had no choice but to continue digging. But seeing the end of the business coming soon, in order to fight against the independence of no man's land, they can only tighten the quantity. The actual color tiger is angry, and the tiger is right. The two of them were deserting the hospital next to the fire team, fantasizing about a life of revenge after possessing gold. After recognition, now the top priority in this episode is to extract the gold. For the same question, someone needs to find a small digger to come in. The remaining one is here to watch the gold. Then he told the man. He knew there was a small formation. It can arrive in 2 days as long as it is sent by Wandong. Then spend a day long rowing the digger. It will take 2 days to come back. This way it will take 5 days to come back. And within these 5 days, the person who reads gold letters on his hand, not only do we have to face the extreme weather in the desert, also pay attention to Huang Mahjong's manuscript. And it also needs water and food. So Ho Tongdan said that he has rich desert experience. Better to stay and explore. After listening to Tongdan's words, the man didn't even think about it. He decided to stay on his own to explore for gold. After all, I discovered the golden letters myself. He doesn't want to leave here, but looking at the man's fixed eyes, I have no choice but to do it if I'm brave enough. The next day, the two began to distribute food and water. The same cooling air engine is used for minor purposes. Took away most of the water. Ling Zongqi threw a MSI phone to the man. It means that this is the basis for connection in the picture. After saying that, he drove his car and took advantage of the scene. After staying away from the same person, the man first used sand drawings to represent the surface of sperm. Then I used flipping to create a simple yang place. The next day, the man was in the picture of Jianshin timber. I accidentally discovered the sentence planes are bombing the sea. After the man came to the front and closed the model, found this to be a perfect place, came inside and rested for a while. But he was still uneasy, because there is no spirit at all here. For the sense of security in my heart, she decided to take off the plane's collar scissors, then slowly drag the scissors back to the gold. It's good to finish all this. The man looks at the Jinshan mountain, not far away. Satisfied family member, Jianshin sleeps, but the sunlight in front of her eyes made it difficult for her to enter the water. Not only that, her goose head also showed off her hands. The man endured the pain and muscles and came to the gold. Looking at the golden light in front of her, her golden mountain, the man can't bear it anymore. She hit a piece of brother jeans with almost all her strength, just when she was considering whether to clean it up after it was built. My companion called Bitstar. The companion said during the call that the car's engine had failed. Maybe the time of return needs to be postponed. I heard that I still need to persevere in this unreliable place. The man had no choice but to tell his companion. It means that he broke off a piece of gold, and I can hardly hold on any longer. I hope my companions can build it and accept it. Come quickly, pick him up and leave. However, at this time, his companions had already been misled by Xinqiao. He is not satisfied with a small gold cut. His goal is the entire gold mountain. Finally, he asked the men to hold the camp, guard the gold, and said he would come back as soon as possible, obtain a commitment from a partner. The man had no choice but to agree. At night, the dogs were all around looking for tigers. It made her sleep the whole song. We can only live with it until it continues. It's not acceptable enough for a man to think about using his feet to seduce him. So we came to the accident town again the next day. Prepare to go back and take care of it after a while. Indeed, this is a career where a woman appears. In order to prevent the whereabouts of gold from being traced, she decisively chose to hide. And this woman seems to have discovered her a long time ago. Come right over here and knock on the window above. A man closes up and pretends to have sex. Also wrong. The team is so nervous, seems to be very afraid of seeing other people. Women feel very late. In order not to expose the gold, man tells himself, just evidence of being blocked. Friends who are waiting to rescue him. Defendant's area indicates, in front of martial arts. There are shelters and water balances. Why do you have to bring it here? A woman is like this even if she is an individual. Day. When you see the other person's eyes constantly dodging, he is more convinced about this guy. He must be hiding something. Then he moved towards his. Won't leave soon. The man immediately stepped forward to stop him. How come this comes back? The one who wants to die must not be. But how can a woman tolerate you? After the other party left, he also got angry and chased after him. Keep asking him if he is running away from something. The man can't take it anymore. Come forward and drink loudly under the other person's feeling. Otherwise, you have to do it yourself. But women don't do this at all. Just go to a shadow place and wander around. Men have indeed begun to lose their physical strength due to long periods of time. I can't catch up even if I want to. You can only watch the other party come to your upper red formation. While he was talking, he was also hitting here and there. In order to prevent gold from being excited, the man is so decisive that the stick he sticks on is a blow to the man's head. But when you see that the other person is bleeding, you must not be careless. He was scared again. I didn't expect that I would become a murderer before I got the gold. But after calming down, he still found a random place to perform. I was lucky enough to get water and food, but I didn't expect that the woman's body was bought just a few minutes ago. Sure enough, the surrounding business dogs smelled the blood and followed him all the way. I can't go through it because of my conscience. The man still picked up the iron pin and charged it up. No matter what, at least keep the opponent's body. If you dare to be nice to these guys again. He chose to keep the woman alive, so that his soul can rest in peace. It's good to finish all this. The man dug out the gold again and looked at it. She didn't know if she could hold on. At noon that day, the same page finally called me again. She turned on the writing almost with a kind of call to arms. One thought the other party had brought Hao Xiao Xiao, but I didn't expect that I would have to wait for a few more days. Hearing this, the man could no longer control his interest. I should have listened to the other party if I had known earlier. Let her guard the gold. But at this moment, I got a car and appeared in my current career. She quickly hung up the phone and hid. Fortunately, the other party just entered the country and didn't notice me. But what awaits her next is the real evil Luo. Just as the man was preparing for the evening error checker, the position of Sha Chongbao is to destroy capital and move towards this direction. When he got down, he rolled around and slashed towards Zhan Hong. But the economy and a few plain talk movies make up the house. Na Lingda's suicide became. Soon we can talk about the film and get paid for the film. In the end, even the number of people who survived were tracked. When the man gets up again, a large digit directly penetrated his body, but he completely ignored his own injuries. One got into the location looking for gold. This may be his only hope for survival. But without that number as a reference, I can't be sure at all. I'm sure it's stable. The man crawled on the ground. Fortunately, it's not easy to calm down, right? When it comes to the end, the mentality it chose has completely fallen behind. At this time, it finally remembered its listing. It was also very careful and directly pulled out the number from the body. Then I simply made the bag bigger. Finally, use a red-hot scalpel to burn the red wounds. But in the end, one died because he was too seriously injured. When I woke up, it started to appear. I always feel that the woman I killed is playing bad cards around me. At this moment, Tong Zhuang made a phone call. When he learned that someone else was coming, he was not allowed to. It became explosive in an instant. Start getting oral answers from men, completely regardless of her life or death. Indeed, this is a man and a woman. Someone who looks exactly the same appears in front of me. It turns out that these two people were a pair of flat tires. Women are here to find their own solutions. After she came here, she disappeared without any explanation. After hearing this, the man couldn't help but start to get jealous. He immediately drank loudly and ate her and left quickly. The woman has been caring about her wounds. Out of good intentions, I wanted to take her to a shelter for treatment. Go. Seeing the other person's hungry face, he didn't look around at the cotton wall store either. Only after the woman leaves does the man feel relieved. But when he wakes up from the secret of marriage again, fire teams surrounding the inexplicably ignited tree island. Seeing the man injured, they all can't help but find peace of mind. Prepare to attack him. The Danjin called his colleagues for help. Another thing I didn't expect was that the other party was on a hillside, not far away. It turns out that he had come back with his excavation skills party a long time ago. After they returned, they had plans to follow up. Instead, I found a place with an open view. Watch what happens below. No matter how the other party calls for help, this guy is not necessarily. You are mortals again. Big face. Gold red found in men. She has long been thinking about selling out the other party through purchasing. But even if I just bring up that mirror, the other party will definitely choose to stay and guard Huang Jinhong. This is the nature of human nature. Then only give her the taste for 4 days. After returning, I only need to silently watch the missiles on the side. Wait until she can't hold on anymore. Other dogs will naturally take the opportunity to attack. Finally, I can fight against the golden red alone without knowing the ghosts. Looking at the man's ugly body, Honga has no choice but to join me sign. There is only glittering gold in my eyes. If you can't lose, the king will make up for it. Huang Shui will be behind you.